The newest Star Wars. It's basically just a lesbian freaking, free for all or whatever. Just terrible reviews.
Did you download the right Star Wars?
All right.
Are they supposed to be naked?
Call themselves men.
Yeah.
And they'll tell you that too, straight to your face. Come here, boy. I'm going to make a man out of you today.
Oh, you decided to join us?
Hey, look at
Yeah, I was thinking now we're talking about alcohol. I was reading that article earlier from the New York Post that they were talking about, of course now a study comes out that just, one drink a day, can shorten your life by this much, and they were basically talking about over a lifespan, like 2 years.
So that's cholesterol. Wait. Let's name them all. You can't eat eggs. Remember you couldn't eat eggs and you could?
Yeah.
Right. What's another one that you can't and you could?
I've seen all of it, demonized. I've seen meat. I've seen
meat.
Yeah, I mean, you name it, but now it's alcohol, and I'm thinking, well, who's behind this study? You know what I mean? Probably people that sell fucking them opiates, or something, pharmaceutical shit. Yeah, because I'm like, I used to. Before the study was that a couple glasses of wine or something a day, it doesn't do any.
It doesn't hurt.
Right. It doesn't hurt.
Exactly.
Actually, they say it relieves a little stress and might be helpful. Well, now, of course.
Until you can't drink. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah. Well, now they've changed that, and
Wow.
But I just thought that was funny because you were just talking about the alcohol intake.
Well, it was the same thing with butter. Remember? Oh, butter was horrible.
Yes,
blah
they had a
blah blah.
war on
Everything's
butter.
margarine now,
Yeah.
and then now everything's screw margarine.
Yeah.
Butter's not bad.
Oh, no,
for
go
you,
further than that. There's a good cholesterol and a bad cholesterol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All kinds of crap.
What'd you say?
They were blaming everything on fat, and then they
Fat,
found out
yeah,
it was
and then they
sugar.
found, that was you can always follow a money trail whenever they start doing that kind of shit, and these studies come out, because it always changes. Because I've heard multiple studies saying how good caffeine can be for you, then I'll read another study telling you that it's bad for you, and it's like, so I mean, what do you do?
Yeah, but now you have a lot of people are saying that a lot of stuff out there is good for you.
What'd you blow up for the 4th? Your pyro?
Not much. We had a little bit actually. I figured y'all were podcasting because I was texting you ranting about these fuck ass firework stand. God, they pissed me off. But
Why?
Because the year before that, you know where he went.
What you mean?
And so now he had to go to a fireworks stand.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, we did, but like the prices are going up and the quality's getting shittier on the fireworks. Oliver brought over a case of cans, 24 of them. Probably 10 of them broke 30 foot off the ground.
Yeah.
And they're selling them for around 200, 210 for a pack of 24 canister shells.
Wow.
The first year I bought canister shells, they were probably about $110
Right.
for a kit, and they were great. They're just going downhill. Everything
Like
I
everything.
see is just like
Quality.
off-brand
Yeah.
fucking shit.
You got to start
I
making
don't
your
spend
own.
much money.
I do.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. Have them in a shed making explosives.
I have a whole firework making box in my shed.
All right, Nubby.
Did you see that? I read 2 stories a day of.
It's legal.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
It's
a
probably up to a
hobby.
certain
You can
amount.
still have nubs. from it.
You just can't you can't transport it after you make it. Like you have
Gotcha.
to make it and basically blow it up same day. You can't
gotcha.
transport it and you can't store it.
So we can make pipe bombs.
Oh
That
my
would be
God,
considered
this
an
dude.
explosive.
Alright.
But
Well,
Oh, my
you can
God.
make salutes and shit.
Yeah.
I read 2 stories so far after the 4th of people dying from that shit. One guy was like one of those mortar cannons, and it didn't go off, so he goes over there and picks it up. Boom! I mean, killed him. You
I
know?
bet.
There's
And the other
stories
one-
that he got decapitated when it hit him.
Yeah, they said it was gruesome.
Yeah.
And then the other guy, he was dressed up like Uncle Sam, had the hat on, with the flag and everything, and
That's
they
not
said
funny.
he lit some sort of firework. They never said what it was, but he put it on top of the hat, and it just
Beautiful.
got
I think
him.
it was a mortar too.
Was
I think
it?
Yeah, artillery shell. Put it on top.
That's
of the
what-
How
hat.
you not laughing at
Even
this?
his family was like, what? They don't even know what he was thinking. They
Hey,
thought he
look,
was
you can
clowning
laugh.
around.
His family's not going to watch this, all right? Just go to cut loose.
Wow. We need more government regulation on fireworks.
On fireworks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say what you want, but I don't think a Mexican would have did that exact
Probably
thing.
not. No.
Because the hats are shaped
People,
different.
I bet alcohol was involved, and that's why they're saying
That's what his
alcohol
wife
is dangerous.
said. His wife said he was drunk trying to show
See?
off.
Alcohol kills.
Uncle Sam.
Hold my beer.
I watched one video. They were filling up a garbage bag with something, and they're just
Acetylene.
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Because the oxygen ain't really that flammable. Use the oxygen whenever you're cutting with a torch.
Yeah.
they blast more oxygen to blow the crap out of the way as you're cutting.
I got you.
So the acetylene is the
catalyst.
Yeah,
cool.
Is what you after. Speaking of crazy stuff like that, you ever see the guys that light the 55-gallon drums? They go and light one to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. And by the time they get to the end, the first one pops off.
What the fuck's in it?
A 55-gallon drum. You get oil. You used all the oil out of the drum. You got the drum left.
What back in it?
You go in. What do they do?
You talking about to implode it?
No.
Like where it shuts?
No, they light it and it. They light the whatever's under it.
What
and
was
I don't know what they put in it.
Boom, boom, boom.
80
There's
feet
a bunch
in the
of
air.
shit.
Damn.
And by the time he gets to the end, the first one goes off.
Yeah. So then it's
I have seen that, but I don't know what he puts in it.
Boom. Yeah. And a 55-gallon drum is by no means aerodynamic, so you got the bigger you squish it
going,
a 3-foot circle flat against the air, 80 feet up.
You seen that video from a while back? That dude blew his leg off with the tannerite in the lawnmower.
Did I show it to you?
I don't think so.
He packed his lawnmower full of tannerite, and he was shooting it, and he left the blade on it. So when it blew up, it blew the whole fucking lawnmower apart, and it came back and chopped his whole leg off. Jeez, and he was like, "I just blew my leg off."
You gotta look that up. Put that little clip on it.
Well, that was a mistake.
Yeah, he's like, "I blew my leg off."
He was too.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, tannerite in the lawnmower.
Man. So people just don't think.
But that's some good TV, though. I mean.
Well, it is, but the lack of thinking of consequences when you do shit.
Right. He was back.
He was in a trail. Like, he was in a trail in the woods, and the lawnmower was down there. There's nothing but trees. And when he shot it, it just fucking jetted straight back at him.
Wow.
You saw the one way they put the tannerite in the refrigerator?
I did see that, and the door
and it blew the door, but it blew the door. Just like I said, that's how much force it had behind it. It blew the door flat back toward it.
Like you said, that ain't aerodynamic.
Yeah,
it
wasn't like
flew.
disking, like a frisbee. No, this son of a gun was going flat. So could you imagine the speed it could have gained if it could have just...
Yeah. And then of all the places to come, it comes right at the dude.
It's going to go somewhere.
Well, that's true. That's what I mean. And all the fucking
360 degrees.
People fuck
which means
up with
you have 360
tannerite.
chance, 1 in 360 chance you can come back.
How much can you own of that?
Whatever.
Get it at so we can just go buy some?
Yeah, there's no limit. At Academy.
Really?
It just comes in them orange.
Yeah,
it's
blow up stumps and shit. Is that what they?
It's just exploding targets for.
Oh, okay.
Target shooting
for a rifle.
Well, how the fuck are they doing the kind of damage to blow off?
Because they put a ton of it together.
Yeah, they keep putting.
So that's what I mean. They have I'm surprised it ain't a law against buying it because of that.
I'm surprised too, but
we might as well get it before they do.
You know, certain states
it's coming.
You can't.
You gotta let rednecks have some fun.
And then that I think he was a firefighter that wound up burning down like 100,000 acres or some shit. He was shooting tannerite for a gender reveal.
Yeah.
And they were on dry grass. So when he shot it, it lit the grass on fire and started a huge forest fire.
I watched a video on X the other day. The ATF tweeted out something about them keeping track of explosives in the country to make it safe. Well, then some redneck posted their tweet responding back to them saying, well, this is us blowing up hogs. And what they would do, they were putting this I guess it was tannerite or something on a wild boar, and they would let it out of the cage, and they would just start shooting at it. And when it hit that motherfucker, boom, and then you hear them all like, whoa! And they fucking tweeted that to the ATF, basically like a fuck you, this is what we're doing. You know?
That's awesome.
And I'm thinking, that's so fucking cruel.
They're an invasive species.
Well, they are, but it's like, you don't have to torture them, which I guess it wasn't torture, but
best way to die is probably really quick.
Yeah, but to make a game out of it, I was thinking like, what is going on in your mind? You know, I mean, I get killing them.
You ever see people do all these beer drinking games?
Yeah,
and then they wind up diving on a table. Yeah. It's the same thing.
I know, but I was just looking at it like that.
Some fat
that hog
dude
had no idea.
With man titties is running. He just runs into a random room and just dives on the table. Yeah. And he's got his, like his high school painted on his chest with icing. It's all on his face too. And he's real drunk.
So we should put tannerite on him and tell him, run, boy.
Now go, now get.
I'll tell you what's sick is I've been seeing those videos with like in Ukraine and Russia with the drones.
Oh yeah,
dude. Huh? I mean, these people trying to hide in what they can, what they call the weed.
There ain't no hiding.
There ain't no hiding, dude.
No. Yeah, it's like real fucking.
And like Ukraine and Russia war that's going on.
Drone comes.
And dude, they just drop and bomb.
Yeah,
right on a motherfucker.
Did you see the grenade that dropped between that dude's legs and like blew both his legs out when it blew up?
Yeah. Speaking of legs getting blown all about, You let your woman ride around with her feet on the dashboard?
No.
I seen an X-ray of that today.
Y'all know what happens?
Turns your kneecaps backwards.
You talking about the airbag?
He said it with a great face.
Yeah.
Well, they had a
just me.
They
just
showed
me,
an
right?
X-ray online earlier. I was looking at. It's funny you brought that up, but like the
I didn't bring it up.
The fucking hip socket was over here. It was like, and it was like, this is why you don't ride with your feet on the dashboard.
Listen, you got to walk around like an ostrich.
Listen, I'll take any injury
like an ostrich.
I didn't even hear what he said.
He said he can walk around like an ostrich with your knees going.
Crazy.
Yeah, that looks.
I was going to say something, but
they had a video of a dude that he had his feet up on it, and then he got in a wreck or something. I guess it's the air. I don't know if it's the airbag or just the fucking.
That's the same thing. They had to make a safety post telling people not to glue their rhinestones to the steering wheel because when the airbag explodes, it's like a fucking claymore.
It's a grenade. No, it's a grenade. A hand grenade.
Yeah.
A hand grenade is made with a shell of cast iron, and has thin parts.
Yep.
So that whenever it explodes, it fragments.
Yeah, because that bitch goes off.
Yeah.
I mean, well, you know.
Oh, yeah.
He lost like
Felt like I got
eyebrows and
punched by
shit.
fucking Mike Tyson.
He was eyebrowless for months after that shit. But
I
mean, it saves your life.
To
is that what
blow
does
them
it?
up? Yeah, it's a small explosion.
It is.
That's why you see in videos where they tricking people into sitting on one.
Yeah.
I mean, it fucking
the bitches go off.
To take a full-grown man and throw him in the air like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bro, that's some power.
And then they've got
shit.
vents on the side of them for the gas to escape, so the airbag just doesn't explode. So not only did I get hit full force in the face with it, but I went over it a little bit, so all the hot gas blew up in my face.
That's what he gets for stealing a
Burnt
car.
all my shit up.
God, dude. Oh my God.
Yeah, my son hit a deer, dude, and his airbag went off. Dude, burnt his arms, dude.
Yeah,
when
it does.
Yeah, dude.
No,
I mean, he was all right, but yeah.
I'm about to pull the fuse on mine. I know.
Absolutely, man.
Let's talk about that. Beanbag rounds with the 12 gauge.
Didn't Steve-O take a few?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Or Steve-O
really
and what's
Johnny Knoxville?
Yes.
Yeah, he got hit with them motherfuckers.
He did?
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, my
12
God.
gauge round?
Yes.
Boy, he had one on his leg, dude. The welt was just...
I couldn't even imagine, dude.
I mean, I guess for the right amount of money, I might think about it, but my
Oh,
God,
shit.
after watching
That
Johnny...
dude had enough money.
Yeah.
I'm sure he had enough money.
Yeah, I don't know about then.
I
That
guess
was
if you
still
put
doing a
enough dope
jackass.
in your body.
Yeah, Steve-O probably had no clue what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, because it was Knoxville that got hit with it.
Yeah, he did.
They fucking, them
saw that
beanbags.
Tow his ass.
You saw the anti-riot stands that they have with the paintballs? So there's stands, looks like speakers.
Sweet.
And they're anti-riot. So they have explosives inside of the paintballs.
Yeah.
Paintballs or pepper balls, I don't know. Rubber balls maybe.
Right.
They volunteered and they stood in front of it and it went off. And they never did that shit again.
Oh, no.
I bet. There's a video. This is what I love
What's
about
that for
this day
dispersing
and
the
age.
crowd, though, you talking about?
Yeah,
Like
so
use
they
that
have
shit?
bad shit going on with the crowd. Boom! Yeah.
Did you see the speakers for the crowd dispersion? They play like a super high pitched
Pitch.
note.
And you just can't take, like...
It's like a super fucking loud.
Well, they have
and
that.
it makes people get the fuck out
Really?
the way. Yeah.
They have that for teenagers.
What you mean?
When you get older, you can't hear frequencies that younger kids can. So they have them around in areas and want the kids to hang out, and they play that. They turn it up, and it runs all of the kids off,
Like a
but the
dog
adults
whistle,
can't hear
huh?
it.
Like a dog whistle.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they'll
Yeah.
have
I didn't know they
this
did that,
big
really.
ass speaker on
Kids
top
can-
of a
yeah, kids
military
are-
truck driving through.
You can't just do this? Like, plug your phone?
Apparently
kids, the
not. Like,
children?
it, like,
I mean, how can you
fucks up
enjoy
your
yourself? You know what
senses
I
Well,
mean?
I mean,
shit.
if you're in like a, like a riot situation
like
or
a
something, yeah.
apparently it's just some super high pitched fucking
And then they
noise
banned
that
it.
like it fucks with your senses and
that?
all shit like that.
Oh,
yeah,
that,
and they
yeah.
put it on top of like SWAT trucks and shit and drive through the crowds.
They got to use that on
Well, it's in every movie.
That mega cult, you know?
Yeah.
Huh?
That MAGA cult.
That
Fucking
MAGA cult.
pieces of
that
shit.
shit.
Not Antifa.
Yeah, I seen they were spreading that shit that he was sick or something. Biden.
Oh,
That
yeah,
but
he's sick, all right.
wound
Can
up-
y'all get me up to date on is he gonna run now? Or is he
Man,
not?
it's so
He
up in
tweeted
the
that he
air.
wasn't fucking leaving.
It
Yeah,
wasn't him
he's saying he's
tweeting.
not going anywhere.
Right.
It wasn't him tweeting.
Well, no, yeah, it's never him.
That dude.
But there's a lot of talk going on that he just because here's what's happening. The Democrats are turning on him now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the political Democrats are saying he's got to go.
Yeah, the reason why is because he can't do anything that anybody asks of him. Yeah. The only people that are doing it now are the people that are seated in those positions. But when it comes to when something new is going to come across the board, right, and then he's going to have to sit down and make a decision on it, they can't trust that he's gonna mess it up, because he's gonna mess it up.
Yeah, I just don't even know what kind of decisions would they be giving this guy. Like, you think he's really
just presidential stuff?
Yeah, I'm just curious if he's really making any decision.
You want maple syrup, huh?
Yeah,
that poor fella.
That poor fella.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters. Fuck, he's up there. Whoever else, I don't think it matters.
So.
Yeah,
you seen? Did any of y'all see his last 5 years downward spiral video?
No, I didn't see the video.
Listen, but because I said this before, and I'll say it again. When he was on Obama's team, he was sharp as a tack.
Yeah. Oh, it went quick.
But this dementia is really, 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 really getting to him fast. So if anybody today says that dude doesn't have dementia, they have dementia.
See, and that's the thing. It's like everybody wants to take it like, because you don't want Biden as president, like it's just a political party thing. It's like the man is just not. He's not there. Right. He's not. Now I think he's a piece of shit. Don't get me wrong. Because if you look at his history, on how he was when he was of sane mind,
because he's not. He's nothing now.
Yeah. No, and like I said, the media's turning on him. The other political, people that are higher up in the politics are turning on him.
There's two things that let you know
he's about to go.
There's two things that are going on right now. They don't want him there, and they don't want Kamala to step up. And I think that's why they're trying to flip and say, "Hey, we're going to bring in a fresh team."
Yeah, I think they're afraid of that. They don't know who to put in place of him because they don't have anybody appealing.
But you know what? If you start off good, you ain't got to worry about that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? If you start off good, in other words, if your whole team all the way across the board is shit,
right?
And now you're worried. Really, you didn't see this coming?
Yeah.
You're ruining everything. You're ruining every franchise that ever was. Disney, I can't watch Disney now. It's screwed all the way. It needs a total revamp. The whole Star Wars franchise, Star Wars was made for men.
Yeah, they saw what they did with
all of it.
That new one.
No.
Oh, man.
I can't even watch new Disney movies anymore.
I know.
Which one?
The newest Star Wars. It's basically just a lesbian freaking, free for all or whatever, just terrible reviews.
You seen Buzz Lightyear?
Did you download the right Star Wars?
All right.
Are they supposed to be naked in it? Because that's the one.
But here's what's going on. It's a little bit deeper than you think. And I don't know if we're in debt to China to the point to where China can actually do that to us, to humiliate us, or screw us over, or just become dependent on the Chinese movie industry.
Right.
China is now a powerhouse in making movies. The Chinese can make sets on top of sets on top of sets that will make our stuff look like whatever, right? And then they film. And so now we have a lot of Chinese films that are coming into the United States. It goes further than that. I'm going to stop talking because Brad is starting, his eyebrows are going up.
No, I'm listening. Yeah.
Brad, it's worse than I can even, how to explain it. I can't paint you a portrait.
So do you think our movies are a Chinese attack?
Well, I know a while back, John Cena was in a movie and he got in some shit with China. He said something, I forget what it was, so I don't want to butcher it, but he said something that was going to piss off China. And he had to come out and apologize because it's such a big market over there for American movies. Shit? Yeah.
So he's making an American movie, but it's a Chinese movie.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say, it wasn't so much that it was a Chinese movie that was coming over here, like you were talking about. It was more of, it's such a huge market when it flops over here in the fucking States. You know what I mean?
Right. So
I think he called Taiwan a country. I think is what he did.
You said Taiwan a country?
What? No, because isn't that like a thing where China doesn't recognize
their own country?
Yeah, so he called it the country of Taiwan, and then he had to come out and fucking apologize for that.
John Cena,
everybody was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Look at John Cena. He's the biggest, strongest, baddest man we have, and he's over there bowing down and apologizing. Yeah. That's why we're getting,
because he got a phone call as soon as that was done. He got a phone call saying, "Look, we need to push this in the Chinese market. You better get out there right now and apologize." And he did it.
We're misrepresented because last time I checked, John Cena was what? He was the army guy? Big ass dude, right? Wasn't he in the army?
No, well, he's a wrestling guy. It's even better than the army.
John Cena.
You can't fucking see me, man. John Cena.
WWE dog.
Wasn't he military?
No, he wasn't military.
You sure?
I mean, not that he never came
He
out
might
and said
look
it.
military, but
He does. He looks like what's that?
Navy SEAL.
No, what's the one we used to play? Street Fighter.
Street Fighter, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, he wasn't.
he's a
I don't think he
wrestler.
was military, but regardless, he's an American that should have told China to go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Yeah.
he didn't do it.
I mean, I don't know what Kid Rock. I don't know what Kid Rock's downfall is, but he made a huge comeback.
Kid Rock?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he just started.
I don't know why he stopped doing music and all, because he was getting it for a while. I don't know why he slid off, or maybe he was like he knew when to get out.
Well, he's got so much fucking money. I think he just kind of
But
and then there wasn't really
I don't think anybody was riding around bumping.
yeah,
Kid
there
Rock.
wasn't really a need for his music. Well, then he came out with basically fuck all the woke shit, making songs about that. Well, now of course we're in that. We're in that mode right now. If we need anybody that will come out and tell that side to go fuck themselves, we're latching on to right now.
We need Kid Rock to go around and do a tour to all of these little pansy ass Hollywood people, and shake them up a little bit.
Well, he just
sit
did
down
one.
and have a one-on-one talk with them and say, "Hey man, what the hell are you doing?"
Yeah,
because this ain't about money.
Which is what he did with Bud Light. I
mean, but you ask how much success Kid Rock should have. Look at Eminem.
Yeah.
Eminem never stopped, and I'm pretty sure Eminem was ahead of Kid Rock when Kid Rock stopped and kept on going.
Yeah.
That's a question that really befuddles me. Is why they don't stop. What do you think, Brad?
What you mean? Why? Who doesn't stop?
Anybody when you get that much success.
Oh, I think it just becomes your way of life.
Watch
man.
this. Watch.
I do.
Watch this. Justin, how much money would it take right now for you to be like, I'm gone, and be happy? Right now, if I could bring in duffel bags.
You give me $100 million.
God damn, dude.
Jesus Christ.
And I will move anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world.
Oh, no, but he makes a point.
But
$100 million is nothing compared to $1 billion.
Right. But let's say you do that. He gets $100 million, and then you come up to him with another proposition and say, look, if you do this, I'll give you another $100 million. He's going to fucking do it. So I think that's what it is with these artists like you're talking about. I mean, why not make that money? You know?
Because
what else are you going to do when you're filthy rich
listen,
besides sit around
I didn't ask him. That wasn't on the table.
Yeah.
That wasn't on the table. I asked him what would be the amount of money
just to disappear
for him to just go and be happy
and disappear.
I put that in there
for
the rest of his life and never have to do nothing ever again. You don't have to touch nothing ever again.
Well, coming from where we at now, I mean, honestly, $5 million.
But I don't think that
$10 million.
I don't think you'd be happy in the long run, though, because you see a lot of wealthy. Well, you know that wealthy people just aren't. They're not fucking happy.
Right. But I asked the question.
It's never enough.
And he came up with the answer. But then you made a fantastic point on top of that. It's like once you reach that 100 million mark, it's like, what's next?
Because your original question is why don't they stop? And I just I still think about it. Let's say it gives somebody like Eminem a purpose, and what is he going to do? Just sit around and rot away? It's like, no. I mean, what he does is make his music. Even though some people are saying he's too old, it's time to just stop. But that's what he's been doing.
Absolutely.
So if this dude can put an album out and make another 100 million, and just enjoy an art that he enjoys, why not do it?
But I said that before,
I don't even think it's about the money with people like him.
No, but I said it before. It's not like he has to retire.
Yeah.
Rapping is built for you can go into your 90s. As long as you can
draw
a breath.
Could, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It ain't like he's like Tom Brady has to throw a ball.
Of course it is.
Making money. If you make 100 million, dude, and you're rolling, dude, you want 200 million. You want to keep up with the next guy.
Well, not only that, but your lifestyle is changing. Where now it's like, now I need that to continue this lifestyle.
But I mean, you think like Elon Musk, there's no reason for him to go back to work, period.
No, he's a different animal.
Yeah, that dude's got a bunch of shit wrong with him.
Jeff Bezos has no need to work.
And he don't. Bezos is playing it right. That motherfucker's on yachts and shit now. Like, I'm not saying he don't work, but he stepped down and because he's like, man, I'm enjoying this shit. Which you would like to think you would do, but
I don't trust having that much money that quick. I think he owes a couple of people,
and he might
be on a list. He might, bro.
Yeah,
he might be on a nice, cute little list. Where there's not a lot of land mass. Where people don't really get that old.
Epstein Island?
Epstein Island.
What?
You think he's on that list?
I said nothing about that.
Super old there.
I don't know.
Huh?
They had a mix there, huh?
What? The average age is like 15 on that.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not super old on Epstein
Put in
Island.
a 90-year-old, the average age goes up to like 15.5.
Right. Speaking of woke companies and
there's a ton of them.
I got most of the way, like we stopped watching the roast of Tom Brady, and then I started it again last night. I'm surprised that Netflix didn't pull anything from the dude from Kill Tony and Dana White.
Yeah,
there too.
Yeah, because I've heard him talk about the guy that runs Netflix. They said he's cool as fuck.
Really?
He's really cool. Like, he's more of like, he's not going to stop one side from doing something and another. Like, because I've heard Rogan actually praise him about how he will allow you to, because you can see some of the movies they put up there.
Right.
It's some woke bullshit nobody wants to watch. But at the same time, they'll put up, you know, like a Trump documentary that's pro-Trump. Like, he's not picking and choosing. You know, they did say they got to give him that. Now, that there were some things that they said they did edit out of that. Yeah, I mean, always,
there was
because it's for TV.
But it was live, wasn't it? Like, it was a live thing.
Live, but
I'm sure they had a delay.
Yeah,
I think Hollywood is still 80% on that side, though.
Yeah, you just
I don't think it's like a 50-50 mix.
Yeah.
That's why when I saw
the nice little picture,
I was like, God damn.
Yeah. And speaking of Netflix, you did not prepare me for how fucked up that documentary was. That abducted in plain sight? Oh my God! Did y'all even think to even start that and watch it?
Yeah.
What,
bruh?
What? A documentary on what?
Abducted in plain sight,
bruh.
Let's not do that.
I'm not even gonna.
It's a fucked up.
I was not ready.
Crazy.
Yeah,
I was not ready. I'm watching it like, holy shit! Like, for one, how the fuck can you be that stupid as a parent?
Absolutely.
Oh, they got some stupid people in this world,
bruh. You got to watch this documentary.
I don't eat Nutella right now.
Yeah.
You know why I don't eat Nutella? Because I'm tired of all of the shit that's going to make me fat. So you can't start with all the documentary. I already have enough stuff going on in my head. You don't add to that.
But it did no justification to tell you, because he told us about it
that's
on one
fentanyl.
Other, and I'm
on crack.
I watch it and I'm thinking, there's no way you could have described that
to make me,
because for watching that and what these parents allowed, and there is no fucking excuse.
Right.
None.
I don't give a fuck how
that's what I'm saying. Like,
good somebody gets in with your family to allow them to do that to your child, to your wife, to him.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
exactly. And you know it's bad when you're like, this dude is raping this fucking 12, 13-year-old girl, and when you're watching it, you're like, what the fuck is with these parents? You know,
it's how
like
good
you're not
he got in. I'll just tell you this real quick. This is how weird it got.
I heard about that. I heard about
He was fucking the 12-year-old.
I heard about.
He was fucking the mom, and he beat off the father. The father beat him off. Sorry, he talked the father into jerking him off.
Sucked him off.
No, I don't. I think he beat him off. I think he jacked him off.
Right, yeah.
Well, I was on the fence one time, and a dude said if he ever caught you on my fence again, he was going to beat me off. And I jumped on that fence every day.
So he's just fucking the whole family.
And I try to give him the benefit of the doubt at first. I'm thinking, okay, because they have some snakes that can work their way and some con men. But after watching that, there is no apologizing these fucking parents can do.
No.
There
at all.
None to allow that shit to happen. No, it was terrible.
Yeah, horrible.
Terrible. And then they're all like, oh, I feel bad. No, you're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
They get no sympathy from me.
Completely fucking brain dead. Like, I don't know if it's
like
incompetence or just not giving a fuck.
Yeah, it's
I don't
not
know.
like an uncle you trusted or whatever. This fucking dude came into your house, and then you were allowing him to run off with your 12-year-old while he's begging you to marry your 12-year-old and all this crazy shit.
And shit like this makes it hard.
I didn't even think it was real.
Shit like this makes it hard to be patriotic.
It's insane.
You understand that, right?
Patriotic? No, I don't understand that, but I'd like to. So explain.
It's an American family. You're putting all of your trust and you want to protect all of these people. And it's like a bunch of sick shit and sad shit going on. After a while, I'm like, man, it's like, it's hard for me to start to determine to distinguish the difference between this country and other countries after a while of watching shit like that. Like, we have it so good. Why does it be so bad when we have it so good? I just don't. That's what I don't understand. And I'm not trying to be unpatriotic. What I'm saying is, you have another country where they do a lot of bad shit, but it's probably out of necessity.
Right.
But then when you get here and you have it so well, why not kick your feet up and enjoy life? Why you got to do all of this sick, disgusting, sad shit? You know what I watched the whole time I was on vacation? There's a new channel that's out where this guy, he talks to perverts, and he assumes himself as like he's a child online. And then he goes and he meets the person. He gets the people to agree to meet him, and then he films them the whole time. And then after that, he's like, "Yeah, you got those pickles out of the truck." and that tells the other person to call the police, and the police shows up, and they put every one of them in handcuffs.
Yeah.
So since To Catch a Predator got pulled off the air.
I'm surprised they arrest him because from the longest they weren't.
They have an account I follow on X. It's Dads Against Pedophiles or something, and they do that. They set them up. They meet him in stores, but they put their hands on these people.
That's the other one.
They smack the fuck out of them.
Yeah, he's sitting there. He's like, "Don't think I'm gonna slap the shit out of you."
Yeah, and then he'll do it, and then he's like, "What do you want to call the police?
Yeah.
You want to call the cops?"
I was watching those for the last 3 days
because he likes when they say, "Oh, I wasn't going to do anything," and he smacks them. Stop fucking lying.
No, he's like, "Oh, so you getting smart? You think I want to smack the shit out of you?" The dude said one more thing. And he connected to it.
Yeah. And then, like you said, he's like basically like, call the cops. Fuck it. I hit you, call the cops. And they never
Charleston White is in on it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got Charleston White to go. And he got that. And he was like, it's a pedophile. It's a pedophile. Yeah, he just immediately went Charleston White.
Well, I love it.
You seen that video that little weird looking dude, pedophile in prison? And all the prisoners had him like cornered and they were asking him like, the fuck did you do? Da 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 da. He was basically like, I don't want to talk about it right now. And he's like, no, you're going to fucking talk about it.
You're going to talk.
And
you can say that.
He was like, oh, it wasn't nothing crazy. It was a potty training video. So they started laughing at him and the video cut out. And apparently he died like a week later.
A potty training? I didn't see this.
Yeah, it was some weird fucking, you could just tell.
Yeah. No, I did see the video. Did you see the one that was going around of that prison guard that was getting bent over and fucked?
I did.
Oh my
God!
And she didn't care.
It was a UK prison guard.
She didn't give a fuck. The guard, like somebody was filming it, like with their cell phone in prison, and she was just like,
talking about a female?
The camera. Yeah,
really.
Yeah, and he's just.
Yeah, they do it all the time.
Yeah, but to be on camera in your uniform, like
I don't know about that, but I know they do it all the time.
Oh yeah, I believe they do
prison guards.
Now I will say, let me backtrack. I think I read a few days later that it may have been a setup for an OnlyFans type thing, but it was in a prison.
It was definitely in a prison.
Yeah, it was in a prison. Now maybe she had aspirations of being on OnlyFans, but she was in uniform. They're in a prison cell. She's getting fucking ramrodded, and there's somebody with a cell phone. She's looking back, smiling like it wasn't like it was some secret fucking.
The conversation is about to get dark.
Uh-oh.
I'm an advocate for protecting our women. Right, above all, right?
Okay.
And I don't think of trying to do anything bad to any of our women, none of them. But some of them, let's start off, I'll soften the blow first. We have the Manson followers.
Yeah.
You know what Charles Manson is famous for, right?
Right.
Yeah.
All
right. So then you have the other ones that the other women that they follow the killers.
Right.
And somehow or another it gives them a lot more gratification and sexually than being with somebody who won't kill them. There's something about the thought of them that they could die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to be a prison guard and say, let's video this.
I'm just saying, like, it's something about sex and how women function when it comes to that. Like, it goes, and I'm pretty sure for the majority, the most part are great, but, some get off in that dark area. And it's a lot more prevalent than I thought.
Yeah. Well,
serial killers?
Well, every serial killer has that.
Like you kill somebody, or let's say you was bad at women entirely. You kill somebody and you go to jail.
Kill women too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Kill a woman. Ooh, God forbid. Right? I don't even want to talk about this, but let's squeeze it out just for the sake of the podcast. You kill a woman, you go to jail, and then you start getting fan mail.
From women.
They want to marry you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't just want to, no, they want to give their life.
Yeah.
What I've always...
And then they don't care if you have a woman already, they want you anyway.
Yeah. What I've always thought of is like, you have killers like the clown killer dude.
Gacy. John Wayne Gacy.
And so he's a serial killer and he's married. It's not a great example because he was killing like little boys, like young boys, right? And he had a wife. But like you'll have a serial killer, he's got a wife and he's out killing women and shit. And I'm like, how did he decide
not to kill?
That's the one. I'm going to keep her.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. That's what I think of every time I see one.
Yeah, because a lot of them they're in relationships. The BTK guy, he's married and
for years.
Yeah,
kids.
I think it's just an urge that.
But I'm like,
why not strangle the fuck out your wife?
Right, or like even when he first met her, you know what I mean? What made that first meet different than somebody you're going to kidnap and kill?
Look at the college kid. He was living with 3 other girls.
Who?
And he would steal their stockings and put over his head and go out and sexually, girls
Oh, you saying?
And then go back.
Yeah.
And then one day, one of the girls was like, our pantyhose keep popping up missing. And he's like,
yeah,
I don't know.
The only dude.
So he's staying with these three, but he's going out there.
Yeah. Maybe it's in their warped mind. They think, well, I can't do this so close to home. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because that I'm going to get caught that way, But then again, like you said, he had to meet this woman at some point and decide, I'm not going to choke the fuck out this woman.
Exactly. Like, I don't want to drag this one off in the woods.
Right. Or maybe she lived.
That's weird. That's what it was.
Yeah. You wake up next morning, she's in the kitchen making coffee. He's like, oh shit.
She thought that was his love language.
Keep her.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think
she sticks around for round two.
That's what intrigues so many people about that shit is just because like I said, you can never really get into the mind of them because we don't think like that,
Right.
Yeah.
I know it's dark. I'm sorry. Sorry I went that way. I warned you that it was going to get dark.
But a lot of people into that shit, man. That's why they got so many of them crime shows and serial killers. Yep. Now, it's always women. It's like they're locked in on that shit, and then they can't sleep at night.
Right. People in it for the thrill.
Yeah.
There's certain stuff that people do just for the thrill of it, like gambling.
Yeah.
I guess.
Did y'all see
Brad's like, man, F that.
Y'all saw the ads of that movie, Civil War, going around? It just came out on, I think, Netflix or Hulu anyway.
Who produced it?
I don't know, but it was fucking stupid.
Oh,
it sucked.
Shit. He said it was
fucking
stupid.
Sucked.
Yeah,
Civil War. Yeah, it was terrible. It was
I went and saw it at the movie.
Trying to kill the
you.
Yeah,
you went and saw it. It was fucking dumb.
It was dumb.
I can't tell if you're joking. You're
really
it wasn't a fucking Civil War.
Yeah, no.
So that was a revolution. That was not a fucking Civil War.
Exactly right, dude.
Dumbass.
What was
movie.
it about? I mean, was it supposed to be?
Well, I
mean, the title makes me think it was some sort of.
Well, all it was is so it
piece.
Starts in the middle of this fucking war. And they're just following three videographers.
The Civil War?
It was based here.
Okay,
but no. It was based on like today. It was based on today.
Yeah, because we didn't have cameras like that back
then. I'm thinking
it was based on today. So and it was following these three videographers around. Like I said, it starts dead middle of the war. It gives you no context of what's happening, why it's happening, nothing.
Like Blair Witch.
It doesn't tell you who these people are.
Like Blair Witch.
So, and their goal basically for the whole movie is to get from where they're at to Washington D.C. to go interview the president before the citizens get together and kill him. Basically, like they've formed militias and shit, and they're out to try to kill the president. And basically they get there.
Of that country you're talking
of America,
about?
Yeah, it was based here.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't a civil war.
No, it was revolution.
It was revolution.
100% fucking revolution.
Absolutely.
And then so over the whole hour and a half, it's just them filming different fucking like shootouts until they get to DC.
Sounds like Blair Witch all over again.
And then two of them die. I think two of them die going into the White House.
Yes.
They get in there.
Not Blair Witch.
Dude asks the president one question. They shoot him in the head. Movie's over.
So that didn't happen.
It was dumb.
When
it first came out at the movies.
How old is this movie?
Wait, is it a documentary? Is it fake?
No.
Is it fake or true?
6-8 months ago.
Yeah.
Is it fake or true? Like
fake.
It's fake?
Yeah, it's about a civil war happening right now. Civil war.
Apache
fucking revolution happening right now.
F-16 jets.
I'm more amazed you got talked into going to the movies, man.
It was fucking stupid. Dumbest movie I've ever watched.
I haven't been in a movie since that dude shot up a theater. And I'm like, nope. Never again. I'm not sitting in a dark room waiting to be sniped.
Matter of fact, we was in when I was in California, me and my family went out to the movies. My cousins, I don't have either way, and we were sitting in the movie theater, and somebody went in there, and of course it was high as a kite, and the guy was talking on the phone, and everybody was like, "Hey, you know what's going on?" I don't know what this dude was on, but he was a normal whatever guy, right? He was at the movies. He was on his phone, but he was talking on his phone like this, on speakerphone. He was getting louder and louder, and it was getting to the point, and then all of a sudden he started saying some stuff, and we just went, and cleared the theater.
Like,
we got the hell out of it. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, it was so weird, with the way that he was talking. Yeah. It was like it was leading up to something, like he was like kind of pumping himself up to do some shit.
Yeah, I've been I may have been twice since that shooting that happened at that Dark Night, and the whole time I'm watching everybody.
Watching the exit door?
Well, I hear the door open behind me, and I'm like, all right.
Did you see the big documentary on that?
Let me dig in that popcorn.
No,
what is that?
Dude was fucking nuts, really. Like, he he had his apartment rigged up with like pipe bombs and tripwires and shit, and he turned the music way up so that his neighbors would come and complain about the noise, and he left the door a little open because he wanted them to push the door open and blow the fucking apartment up so that the police would go there. So you could shoot the
they didn't
up.
rush in that apartment though, right? Like they didn't set none of that off.
No,
they were too smart.
I think he may have told him there were bombs or something.
Yeah, I think I remember.
Because he was just sitting in the parking lot in the back of the theater.
One with he had the dyed hair, and his fucking eyes were like this big, and he was gone.
He was just sitting in the car.
Was his name Adam Lanza?
Adam Lanza? No, I think he shot up a school.
So what you said? Wait, so what you said? This guy looked weird.
Oh, but he looked like he would be in a movie theater shooting a motherfucker.
Can we start getting rid of
weird
looking people?
Smoked that bitch
then
out.
I'm watching every white person that walks in the theater.
Wasn't that like the Batman premiere or something?
Yeah, it was Dark Knight premiere.
Dark Knight.
So that's what people were saying. They thought it was part of the movie.
Yeah, because it was just smoking and shit.
Dude, this has been the worst bone chilling crap we've been talking about, because we're talking about some little fanatical stuff, but most of this we've been talking about is true.
Man, speaking of true, did you see that story where them it was in West Virginia, and that wealthy white couple adopted like 5 black children over time and were using them as slaves?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, on their farm and shit, and they were making them sleep in like a shed and like with no bathing, barely anything to eat.
Really?
Oh man, it was horrible. Like this is recent.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, how do you adopt that many kids without the agencies catching on?
It was white.
Yeah. Well, they were, and they said they had money, but
how'd they get caught?
One of the neighbors noticed that they were making the teens go into the shed, and so they called just to say, "Hey, y'all might want to go check on this."
Do a welfare check or whatever.
Yeah, and they found them, and they said they were just, of course, they were filthy. They were malnourished. It was emaciated. It was like from 9 all the way up to like 15 or something.
Unbelievable.
They catch people like that all the time, though, because they're finding a lot of kids that they can't. They lock them in the bathroom.
Yeah, chain them to the beds or whatever.
Yeah, and then a lot of it. I say a lot of it, but I know they have those stories where it's adoptive children, because a lot of these families, they get that shit because of the money that they get from the state. But this was a wealthy family, and they were on the run as it was because they were being investigated from the state they were living in before for doing that shit. And I'm thinking, how many times is an adoption agency going to go to your house and say, yeah, you're good?
I get that. You got to watch the adopted kids, but they got people these days that's doing it to their own kids.
Oh, yeah.
I know. There was a run on it.
Yeah.
I'm talking stupid.
A run?
It was. Am I lying?
No, I know what you mean.
You know the McDonald's dude? Man, I was just trying to go down the street, give me some McDonald's, man. I was trying to get me a Big Mac. And I was like, wait a minute. That white girl needs some help.
And they leave them kids just wallowing in their own piss, and it's terrible to think that you could do that to another human, whether it's your child or not. It's crazy.
Exactly.
Man.
We don't deport.
Don't need to deport. Need to kill them.
Deport.
And then there's always some lawyer that's going to go to court and defend that shit.
Deport his ass too.
You know what I mean? Because that's this family here. Somebody's going to defend them.
We ought to do that. We ought to do that. It's the way you have the lawyer gets to go too. If your guy goes to jail, you go too.
Yeah. Well, that's the argument, I guess, with the whole due process. Is everybody entitled to that?
Right.
And I think in cases like this, fuck your due process, man.
Exactly.
We caught you that children were in that fucking. You know what they told law enforcement that they like to be in there. It's like a clubhouse. They were playing, and meanwhile they got no shoes and they're sleeping on fucking concrete.
That's the type of shit that I think the death sentence needs to be reserved for is shit like that, where it's like you were caught in the act. There is no denying it 100%.
Something like that. You didn't even kill the kids, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, right.
Why would you? What purpose are you going to serve on this planet anymore?
Right.
Anything like that, the mass shooters and shit like that, where it's like you were caught in the process. Now, like, people get brought in on murders and like we have evidence and shit. Like, you could be wrong, but it's like when you arrest somebody leaving the scene of a crime that just shot up a party, like
that idiot that shot up the theater. What happened to him?
I don't think anything. Like he's just in prison,
just chilling,
chilling
because he's crazy.
I
wonder what cold country would take them.
None. No. Well, that it might make them work in them diamond mines.
They need to strip them down and ship them to that cannibal tribe on that island.
Oh, the one where you can't even pull a boat up.
Yeah, they start shooting arrows at you. Yeah, they need to send them over there and let them raft up and see how long they survive.
I seen
it'd be like the Hunger Games.
A picture of an airplane today on my phone. I don't know if it was true or not, but it was a regular little airplane and it had arrows stuck up under it.
Stuck in it.
Yeah, like hundreds of arrows stuck under it.
They have done that. Like they shoot at anything.
This one there was like something that said, "Oh, come on, man, they're harmless," and then you see like all of the arrows stuck.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it was a lot of them.
I think the last guy they ate, he was going there to try to teach him Jesus or something.
Yeah, he was going there to try.
And they showed him Jesus. He was like, "Yeah, we believe you. You're going to meet him right now."
Yeah, they had a couple like that. If the boat breaks down or something, you know, they drifted onto the island and you know, got fucked up. But yeah, that guy, he went there purposely.
I did see that. Yeah, he went twice.
Dude, I heard the story about that.
He's like a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's...
yeah, well, they got his ass.
They did.
Oh, you knock on my door? Come here.
Yeah. No, that would be cool though, man.
You heard that story of the family that went to one of those places?
What?
The village? Talked to somebody who hadn't, you know, they didn't see none of this new crap.
No.
So they're showing them all this stuff and they're sitting there, everything is hunky-dory. And then they do something that makes the village think that they're witchcraft, and they just start killing everybody right there on the spot. A family.
Yeah.
So the family's there for days. Yeah. Family's there for days, sharing stuff and all this and all of that. Yeah. And I don't know if
but woman, they didn't like.
I think the woman took a picture with the Polaroid, and the Polaroid popped out, and it had a picture of one of those people in there.
And that was it.
And they thought that it took their soul.
Yeah, that's like the fucking the witch trials.
They killed everybody in front of everybody.
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Like,
well, yeah, you can't just spring that
you're
shit
a
on.
fucking witch.
Yeah.
You can't spring that shit on tribesmen, man. They ain't never seen no shit like that. Honestly, that's like that island. Like, they don't even know how many people are on it.
Right.
Because even the government's like, leave these fucking people alone.
Well, there's a list.
They have to wait for lightning to hit a tree so that they can start fires.
A list of what?
Of who was on that island, but they covered it up because this woman, Maxine something, her name was, got arrested, and now they have the files.
Oh, you to my Epstein? That's fucking idiot. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, they said them tribesmen ain't learned fires yet.
What, on that island?
Yeah, they haven't learned how to make fires. They have to wait for lightning to hit a tree and then keep the fire.
That might
don't be the motherfucker that lets the fire.
They ought to just drop a lighter.
They
should.
The gods must be crazy.
Give them some napalm.
I did see that. It was a Coke bottle.
Drop a Coke bottle on it. Yeah.
That's an old one, huh?
That's very old.
That's a Monty Python movie, ain't it?
I think
it seemed like it.
Didn't do the same. Ain't he the same producer as did Blazing Saddles?
I don't know. I remember watching as a kid, but I didn't know.
We got look. It's your right to yourself to start following who these producers are.
Is it?
I'm telling you, yeah, because the good movies now we have to distinguish. Yeah. You know, so you can't watch nothing Disney no more.
History of the world.
They came out with that new Beverly Hills Cop, and everybody was like, they should have just left that shit alone.
Really?
Yeah.
They messed that up too?
Well, of course they did.
They messed up Coming to America.
Yes.
Yeah.
They messed up. Wait, Bad Boys 3 was an abomination. Now there's another Bad Boys out.
They're coming out with that. They messed up Dumb and Dumber when they came out with that second one.
Yep.
And then they just fucked up Beverly Hills Cop because it's like, I saw some of the previews and they're just trying too hard. You know, it's not the natural like
forced,
man.
right.
Where Eddie Murphy was just a shit back in them first ones. You know what I mean? And it just, I don't know. It's had its time. It's run its course.
It's kind of like that late night guy that forces his laughs. Who is he?
What's that?
I'll dump on that.
You
every
the
chance
one you
I
don't
get.
like?
Yeah.
James something.
No, not James Corbin. I mean, he's a daytime person. I can't stand him either. No, the late night guy.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Not Kimmel.
Conan O'Brien. I'm gonna just name them all.
Not Kimmel, not Conan.
Jay Leno, David Letterman.
Nope.
Fucking, is he still active?
Yeah. It's him right now.
It's a comedy talk show?
Yeah, and he goes,
let's play charades. Like, act it out.
He's got a dark hair. He's got dark hair.
Oh.
He was on a Queen Latifah movie.
Yes.
And he never should have been on Late
Fallon.
Night. Yeah, Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Yeah. I don't watch none of it really enough
Brad,
to know.
Watch this, Brad. Brad, pick a number.
All right.
Huh?
7.
Is that what Jimmy Fallon?
Oh God, dude! Like before
he's got to act like he's guesting.
He crazy boy.
I don't watch it.
Watch it and see. Now that I got it in your head, watch it and see. Man. Oh, dude, it's puppetry.
I hadn't watched that shit since Leno. Man, I used to watch Leno a lot. You know.
Yeah, Leno was awesome.
Leno was good.
I think
when I was young, it was
Letterman.
Johnny Carson every night.
Johnny Carson.
Dude, Letterman, David Letterman. That dude was.
I always watched Leno.
Phenomenal.
I never did watch Letterman.
Leno's what, more kind of, I don't know, more entertaining.
Yeah, I don't know.
But Leno's got his craft too.
Yeah,
because Leno was a stand-up comedian for years.
Yeah, still was.
Right?
Yeah. He said he was living off of his stand-up money.
And he also did, during the whole show.
Yeah.
But Letterman, he's authentic.
That's when you got it, dude. Because Leno was getting paid millions by NBC, but he wasn't spending any of it. He was just working off of doing stand-up. You know, he'd go do a stand-up thing, get his fucking thousands or whatever the fuck he would get, and then just kind of hoard the rest of the money, you know.
But you know why, right? One of every car.
Because he's fucking smart, I would imagine. I mean.
But he did it to stay good at his craft.
Oh, yeah. Well, he
did it on purpose. Yeah. Whereas you got this other dude.
But I'm saying, how cool would it be to just be like, them paychecks are hitting the fucking bank? Yeah, because they were paying him millions. You know what I mean? Right. So that shit just going in the bank, and it's like, I ain't spending that. I'm going to go do a fucking gig.
And then he just blew it all on cars.
Yeah, well, that's true.
When you go back and watch this, watch how obnoxious I'm laughing. I know, and then I hope I send you one of him. Yeah, I'm gonna find one. To
where he goes, Saget die?
He just starts slapping.
Did Saget pass?
Did Saget die?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
I thought I heard that a while back.
He was
couldn't remember
in his hotel.
If it was like a dream or something.
Yeah. Was he another one, fentanyl? Or
did they ever say?
I don't know if they've ever came out and said, man.
They said it was like
I don't think his family wanted to release it.
I don't know if it was fentanyl, but
that was the first thing I was thinking. Is he overdosed on something? But I don't think it ever really came out.
I know one thing I got to give him. He wasn't. I'd say he wasn't part of that woke crowd.
No,
most comedians are.
Most of them are, and some of them try to play the role because they think they have to. But it's always garbage comedy, you know.
Except for Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart's funny, man.
He is funny as fuck. Funny.
I think he's funny.
He's fucking hilarious.
Some people don't like he just seems like all he does is just get loud and say. But I watched some of his specials, his stand up. He's I think he's pretty funny. I got to give it to him. Well, you don't like black people, so it's
even on that roast, like he was funny.
He was
on the fucking roast.
Oh yeah.
I think he's a lot. I watch his movies, and I think like him being obnoxious is like I can't see it.
No.
Some people can't pull off being obnoxious.
No, but he's made a career, man. I mean,
he's smart. Like I've seen him in his interviews, and he's with the quips and come up like that. If he could stay in that little part right there, excellent. But then he tries to be obnoxious, and it falls flat.
Yeah, you see the
like a forced laugh.
Clip that went around. It was another black comedian. No, I'm listening. It was another black comedian, and he was talking about being like 50 years old or something. And Kevin Hart was like, "Damn!"
Yeah,
I couldn't tell if that was a skit or if Don was really irritated at him.
Well, here's the thing: that was real, and the reason why it was real because comedians do that all the time.
That shit was funny as fuck.
Yeah. And he's like, no, all I said was, damn. And he's like, no,
you didn't say
that's not what you said.
Yeah.
And I still to this day don't know if they were both in on that or if that was just hilarious. A natural, you know. He's like, damn. Because he did it to Mark Wahlberg too. And Wahlberg's like, why the fuck do you keep calling everybody, oh, you ain't that young motherfucker? Like he's sitting there cussing them out.
Did you see the video of your dude from Key and Peele walking in on, I think it was The Rock, and somebody else was in an interview for a movie. And, the taller one, the bald head dude from Key and Peele, he walked in and he was acting like he was a fan, and he started asking The Rock and I forget who he was with, but he was asking him questions and shit, like just obnoxious shit. And The Rock was like, "What the?"
He didn't know who he was.
Apparently not. No.
Damn.
He was like, "What the fuck is going on here?" He's looking for like producers or something. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's hard to tell which of that kind of stuff because it's like, how do you not know who that is?
I think he may have been like dressed up.
Oh, disguised a little bit. Yeah.
I don't watch them too.
No.
Key and Peele.
Well,
you didn't see their racist song skit?
Anybody black? He's like,
I cut some people out.
Yeah.
They just.
You don't like Beyonce?
I don't watch.
You don't like fucking Queen Latifah? You don't like Key and Peele?
There's reasons.
You don't like Kevin Hart?
No, Kevin Hart I like.
You said you did not.
I just said it. I don't think he's as funny as a lot of, like, I don't know if the arena that he did got like too big and he couldn't really get that room feel.
Hater.
But they put that out. They put that special out, and it was just him just I don't know what it was, but I can tell by the tone. You know that it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah,
he did that just now.
You don't even have to know what he said.
He might not hear me, but he's going to hear me.
Hell yeah.
Is Kevin Hart talented?
Of course.
Way, way, way beyond I could ever dream to imagine. Yeah. But, it hurt me whenever he went back and had to do that apology tour.
Was that when he got caught?
Yeah, but it said he didn't want his son to be gay.
Oh, I thought you meant because I know he got caught on camera fucking around on his old lady.
Yeah, no straight man wants his son to be gay.
Yeah, it's not a.
No woman wants her daughter to be fat. No. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Well, I said it now.
Yeah, it's like you done said it now.
Listen to that.
He screams it out and then goes, maybe I shouldn't say this, but
edit.
It's true.
I know what you're saying. That's very true. Why would anybody?
But now we get shamed for that.
Now, because there is a difference between a man that is accepting of it, but no man, when he has a son, says, I hope he's gay.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like, why would you?
I don't
you
know
what I mean? But I know what you mean.
Bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, you're right, because it may be a status symbol now.
Yeah,
like, I've got one too.
God, I
Look.
hope he's gay.
No, I, you're right. But
No, you're right. I agree with you 100%.
I'm not
level-headed, like a regular, not these ones that are just looking for this fucking clout to say my son's gay too, you know. But no, I know what you mean. It's not anything bad to say.
I'm not trying to be, whatever, but
yeah,
it's true.
I know. Well, speaking of black,
yeah,
were you able to see anything interesting at the Essence Fest?
Did
like
you
as far
back
as
it up?
the performance or anything? Because I think Cash Money and them was there today.
Yeah.
If
they
I'm
have
not
a
mistaken.
street now.
I know.
Let me tell
I saw
you.
that.
The convention center, I got to get on Google Maps and measure it.
Yeah,
The convention center, it's got to be a half a mile long.
I got you.
It's longer than the Mandeville Lakefront.
Yeah.
I know it. I'm in my head.
Well, I didn't know where you were stationed. If you were able, sometimes you may be right next to the stage or fucking on the stage.
It is so big until I don't even know how to.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to put it.
Saw Kamala?
Huh?
You saw Kamala?
Was she there?
Oh, well, Secret Service was in there this morning.
She was
serious.
there though.
Yeah,
she went.
Secret Service was in there this morning. So last night when we did our posts, or yesterday, they sat us next to doors here and there, whatever like that, right? Well, Secret Service started coming in there that last night.
Yeah.
And the guy that he's retired Navy, and he knows what Secret Service looks like. So he was walking back, and this dude's he's old school. He's like, "Yeah, man, Secret Service, they're walking all up around there right now. He said they're gonna be everywhere tomorrow morning." He's an older guy.
Yeah.
So you go. And then this morning, they had Belgian Marlin wires and
Bougie made me think of it because he was talking about bomb sniffing dogs. But who was Tim McVeigh mad at?
Everybody.
Who was he mad at? Well, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I think we touched on that before. That I don't even believe
the
that
government.
Tim McVeigh put all that together.
No?
I mean, he was some dumb motherfucker from the sticks. Or
whatever. Timothy McVeigh, because you had McVeigh, and then you had Ted Kaczynski.
Kaczynski.
He was just
Ted Kaczynski was the Unabomber.
Yeah, he's another one too that they think the government.
But didn't they mess him over though?
Yes. Yeah.
So who was? What
See,
was
he
McVeigh?
was overly.
McVeigh was the Oklahoma City bombing.
He was the one that blew up
that big box truck with the fertilizer in it.
That was McVeigh.
Yeah.
Well, who was Kaczynski? Was the Unabomber? Well,
he was one living in a shed.
What did he blow up?
He was
sending mail bombs, right?
All right.
He didn't like the advancement, like the technology and shit. He didn't. Right. He thought that was going to ruin. But he was. That was another one. They said the government fucked up.
From what I understand, they took him to do a psychological test, and he was already high functioning, and he was borderline, and they subjugated him to something.
Yes,
and it caused him to go into squirrel out.
Yeah, to just. A lot of them stories like that, if you really dig into them, there's so much more behind it that usually is involving our government.
So they don't think Tim McVeigh did it? Like,
no,
not that he didn't do it, but that he wasn't behind it as far as the planning.
Right, they had video of another person that was with him that they claim doesn't exist. You know what I mean? But they have video of this fucking guy getting out of the truck and shit like that. I mean, it's another one of crazy stories that you'll never know the truth to. But
he was military too, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he still, like they said, for him to pull that off, like they had to be more people involved.
Right. Yeah. But then that brings up an interesting point where you're talking about. There's also theorists.
Yeah.
That claim that a lot of the things that have happened to us that was bad was because the government was doing stuff to those people as well. But they won't admit it.
Yeah.
And now you have a lot of files now that are coming out.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to ask you this, Brad. You might know more about this than anybody else. When it comes to files and they have redacted parts on it, and then after a while it becomes declassified, how does that work? Why do they declassify files? Why it can't stay classified forever?
Because it's supposed to be...
Huh?
It's supposed to be our right as citizens of the United States to see these. Well, because then it's like they're also like your parents and saying, well, you don't need to see this. Yeah. And then years later, if nobody's still alive, that can get in trouble.
Right. Yeah.
Because they still won't redact all that JFK shit.
No,
so that lets you know that
remember
shit's
Trump
deep.
was supposed to
He claims he's going to do it again. Yeah, he said that the first time and didn't fucking do it.
Yeah, that's deep.
What, with JFK?
Yeah, he was absolutely. He was saying that again. Yeah, we do, but we don't.
You're saying that somebody's saying that the United States killed him?
Well, everybody knows who killed him, pretty much. But yeah,
the mafia killed him, right?
No, I don't even think. I think it was CIA.
I was going to say between the mafia and the CIA.
Oh God! Don't ask that. Don't ask that. It's a million different reasons.
Here's one of the stories I heard. They were ready to go to war with Russia over the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah. Pay your pigs, all that stuff.
JFK was like, no, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
They were like, okay. Basically he wasn't doing the right things that the other higher ups thought. Now, there's so much more to it that I don't have the exact knowledge to break down, but I know it was to just kind of, the grand scheme of it. That was one of the reasons that they even had that, something to do with the false flag where they were going to shoot down an American airliner to blame that shit.
Yeah, I did see that.
JFK was like, are you out your fucking
like, what the fuck
mind?
is wrong with
that
y'all?
Was real.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
No, but wasn't that proven? Right now that they were going to shoot down a plane.
Yes, that's what I mean. So he was involved in a lot of shit like that, and CIA and these other.
And he wasn't going for it.
Well, of course not. No, because he was, from what I understand, he was a people person. He was, he was trying to make the country better. And they were behind the scenes saying, "Well, this needs to happen, that needs to happen," and he was like, "Not on my watch." And they were like, okay, well,
your watch is over.
You're going in a convertible down the road.
Yeah, right. Without a top on.
We set up a parade for you.
Right, exactly.
So anyway, it does go that deep. It wasn't just Lee Harvey Oswald said, I'm going to kill.
Right.
There's no fucking
way. So
because
I feel like every president would be, assassinated by now.
But he shot the president and then somebody shot him.
And then they killed him.
Did they kill him?
Who? Oswald? Yeah, Jack Ruby.
Jack Ruby.
They're walking him out in handcuffs, and then he's just standing right there. Jack Ruby pulls out a pistol and shoots him dead. So it's like, come on now, man. There's so much shit that was going on with that.
That's how the boy from the Beatles.
Well, we got
died,
the woke movement now, so we ain't got to worry about none of that shit.
That's true.
Yeah, we got real problems now.
Your boy from the Beatles, wasn't he like standing, or he was walking into his hotel and
assassination
was just like,
because he just got out.
Talking about assassination.
The killer just got out a couple of years ago. Yeah. Yeah, he
freed him. You want to hear about the best assassination ever?
It was there a good one?
They had this guy, and he was watching this prisoner getting transported through the New Orleans airport. And he acted like
that was
he acted like he was on the phone, and then they was walking him through. And then when he got close, he turned around, and
that's it.
Yep.
Hero.
Yes.
Yes.
Then you're gonna bring up the tank dude. You like the tank dude, don't you? What is his name?
Who?
Killdozer. Yeah,
Killdozer.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Now, did y'all see the video of the ATF like damn near blowing up this whole fucking neighborhood a couple years ago? 2 years ago.
All the time.
Doing what?
They seized a ton of illegal, dangerous fireworks from a house, and they have an on-site bomb detonation truck, so they packed it full and closed the door. And when they blew it up, the whole fucking truck exploded.
Sweet.
Wow.
Yeah. Took out the houses around the truck,
and that's why you
windows,
shouldn't have
everything.
Justin in charge of anything.
That's why the ATF needs to leave the fucking fireworks alone, because them bitches didn't hurt anybody sitting in that man's garage.
Let's just blow it up
until the fucking government comes over and starts seizing them, and then they fucking destroyed the neighborhood.
So there's 3 stories to that. That one you just told, and then the one where the whale.
Hey,
they're gonna blow the whale back into the water. Yeah. You know about that one?
Oh yeah, that shit.
And they blew that up.
They said it was like, I don't know, I may be exaggerating, but like a mile or something, or half mile. Like they were finding fucking whale carcass.
400-pound blobs of lard were landing.
I wonder who thought that was a good fucking idea. Do you know the story we're talking about? They packed it was years ago. I think it was in the 70s or something.
It was
70s, 80s, something like that.
Like a 70s video.
Well, anyway, there was a whale, a dead one that had beached, and it was so fucking big. They're like, what do we do with it? So they're like, well, we'll just blow it up. No big deal. Boom. And they got a video of it, dude. It looked like a fucking atom bomb went off.
I bet.
Blood, guts, fucking
shit everywhere.
It's like pieces of whale.
Dude.
They just saw the car in the video that got
just
smashed.
Big old fucking, So somebody was like, oh, shit, after that.
Whoops.
So good, yeah. Wow.
Justin.
Yeah. Justin was like, I know what we can do.
That's not enough dynamite.
Hear me out. There's another story about the exploding whale. Before I tell you about number 3. They put a whale on a semi truck and it was bringing it through town to bring it somewhere to get rid of it.
Yeah.
But the methane gas was building up in it, and the whale exploded mid-town.
Hell yeah.
Had to stink. Oh,
yeah.
Jesus. Can you imagine?
But getting on to number three was they took a whole bunch of marijuana and got it all together to burn it to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And the reporter there, he just talking.
Say, man.
You see it? Did you see it?
But I can imagine.
He just he just got the giggles.
I think I saw it out with
He just started laughing. It could not stop.
I think the craziest like explosion video I've seen that really is like holy fuck is that when that port in Beirut blew up.
Oh,
that fucking explosion at the port and it rocked the whole fucking city. You could see the shockwave.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah.
I may have seen it, but
was
I don't.
blowing windows and shit out from
yeah.
miles. It was crazy. Fertilizer.
So it wasn't like let's blow something up.
Which is ammonium nitrate. It's known explosive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Plant
and somebody was welding inside. They weren't supposed to store it there. It was tons and tons and tons of ammonium nitrate that wasn't supposed to be there. And they had some welders working and they dropped, welding shit into the ammonium nitrate and it just blew up.
I got a theory on that. You know what a choke point is, right?
The what?
A choke point.
Like a single doorway choke point?
Yeah, so everything has to funnel down to that one thing before it goes back up. And then police have a bad problem with that because the drugs, when they're coming through, and the police stop that vehicle, it becomes a choke point. Because if they scan the vehicle and they find what they're not supposed to find on the vehicle, then shit goes bad. So they were putting explosives onto the truck so that when the truck stops, if they go there to inspect, they blow the truck up and then whatever. So I think that was that situation.
So you think they were going to go inspect the port for something and they just blew it up? Dude, that was a fucking explosion. Did you see the crater in the ground after? Man. Like it extended the fucking ocean. Like it
wasn't just an explosion. Crazy. It had a shockwave to it too.
It was a massive
it was blowing
explosion.
Windows out and all, man. Yeah.
Like blowing people down in buildings like miles and miles away. The shit was crazy.
So you know about the guy? That was like 7-8 months ago. He was in the Air Force. He flew somewhere and flew too low and blew everybody's windows out. But it was a bunch of trailers and shit.
Yeah, he was flying supersonic and.
You know why, right? He was probably in the Air Force and found out this old lady was doing something with somebody and was like, "I can get their ass. I don't know where they at, but I'm gonna get them." And went down. Kicked into the supersonic and cacao. Yep. Tornado ain't gonna get him. I got something else for the ass.
Yeah. Do we have any theories or conspiracies on I don't know if y'all I'm sure you do, but the Tylenol, the dude that was fucking with the Tylenol or whoever it was. Yeah. Did they ever catch him? I don't think they did.
Hold up. Yeah. What'd he do?
I know the story. They were
he was putting like cyanide and random Tylenol capsules.
They caught him?
Yeah, I think
did
they
catch him?
Yeah,
I watched that already.
The 80s?
I think
way back.
Yeah, they were.
I remember.
That's why they started the no tamper seals.
They gave him the death penalty.
Oh, did they?
Did they?
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
But he was doing it at the factory, wasn't it? Where it was.
I thought he was buying it from the store and putting it on the shelves. Yeah,
he would buy a certain amount of packages, and then because he was trying to kill his old lady.
Oh,
is that what it was?
So he killed his old lady by giving her Tylenol to poison her. But then he took the other ones and he put it back on the shelf so that other people would buy it, and that way it would have a bunch of people getting killed everywhere. And just so happened, my wife died of that shit too.
I see what you're saying. That way, it wasn't like your wife was poisoned in your house, and it's the only person that was poisoned.
They gave his ass the chair.
Did they catch him like soon after it happened?
It took a while to catch.
Did it? Because I was going to say the last documentary I watched, I was pretty sure there was no resolution to it, and they were just like, "What the fuck."
Unless somebody else did this shit. Good God, dude. Our world. This has been such a dark podcast.
Let's look it up.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
No, killer.
We should have all wore black. Came in here.
Should have. Huh?
Yeah. Had some Depeche Mode playing in the
Chicago
background.
Tylenol murderers.
That's right, Chicago, man. Yeah.
Let's find out what happened to this asshole. Another white man.
He was bored.
Wait.
Perpetrator unknown.
No suspect has been charged or convicted of the poisonings, but New York City resident James William Lewis was convicted of extortion for sending a letter to Tylenol's man. Wait a second now.
He was sending letters to Tylenol saying, "If you pay me, I'll stop." And it was found out that he wasn't the Tylenol.
So hold on. The Chicago Tylenol murders were a series of poisoning deaths resulting from drug tampering in Chicago. The victims consumed Tylenol branded, capsules that have been laced with potassium cyanide. But I thought they caught somebody that.
And that was the only arrest that I've heard of. Is he was sending letters to Tylenol saying, "I'll stop. Wow. I'll stop killing people if y'all pay me." And Tylenol said, "Fuck you."
Yeah. See, there's a list of suspects, but they never did. Oh, I thought so. So we were wrong. Now they had some copycats where people got caught. But the original guy,
the one that I saw,
got caught. Yeah,
the one that I seen, they caught the guy and they gave him the chair.
Well, they got some copycat people that they did catch, but the original shit that kicked it off.
God.
Damn. Yeah, I didn't think he got caught.
Wow. So that asshole's still out, or not? May not still
he
be
may
out
not
there,
be alive, but yeah, he was for the remainder of his life if he's not still out there.
So then this asshole, like you said, he was trying to get money out of Tylenol, claiming he was doing it. Oh
yeah, he was sending extortion letters.
That was going to go well.
Yeah.
It's like,
hey, that brings the question though. Where would he stop?
What you mean?
You give him what? How much money do you think he was asking for?
Oh, $1 million.
So then what? So then that runs out and he's like,
yeah. They never did catch the guy we were talking about, Brad.
What's that?
They never did catch the guy.
Really?
Yeah, they said the only person they arrested was a guy who was claiming it was him trying to get money out of Johnson & Johnson, saying, "I'll stop doing it if you give me $1 million," but it wasn't really him.
Oh, I got
so he got arrested for extortion. So somebody's
still out there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy. Damn. Yeah. It has been a dark podcast, Bougie.
It's been great,
let's
get
the hell out
trying to liven it up.
I know.
You know what I mean? With the fake laughs and, and talking about how,
no, I enjoy
women
it.
might not want a fat daughter.
Yep. Well, let's do it. BSing with the guys. It's, it was, I want to say a good one. It was a dark one.
It's a little dark.
I enjoyed it.
Serious editing on this one, dude.
Yeah.
No, fuck that.
Cut out some of that shit. Have that Marilyn Manson shit. You know what I mean? What's emo music? Before we go, I just gotta ask.
It's like punk rock now.
What is the original? You know the Jenko,
like the jeans, like the Green Day shit.
And that was the people who wore the black shit, right?
Yeah, I guess
First it was skaters, but then they all went black.
But then they went the goth.
Yeah, but they were doing
shit.
like the eyeliner and shit.
Yeah, what's a goth band?
So what's the movie?
I'm trying to think.
What is a goth?
I know they all watched The Crow.
It's not Nirvana.
Probably, yeah.
No,
yeah, any of that down kind of grunge.
Yeah.
But wasn't that?
No, it's not.
I guess Marilyn Manson. I don't know.
Marilyn Manson.
Grunge,
yeah, I could see that.
No, I'm saying Nirvana was more grunge than it was
grunge. So emu. I want to say emu. I swear.
Because like Green Day would be more like an emo type thing, like Green Day.
I'm trying to think of that dark because them emo they were the dark fucking just.
I never got a hold of that Tickle Me Emo doll.
Let's get the fuck out of here. BSing with the guys. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Later.